Okay, it's time for 2021-03, the vlog, coming up. This week I got to see some snow. I got to go to Indiana, but really one of the highlights was I went to Florida. Went to Tampa, St. Petersburg, and I crossed a really long bridge. I have some bonus footage at the end of the video out my side window as I crossed that long bridge. On Sunday, at the end of my 34-hour reset, I had some forklifts that I needed to deliver to Florida. They could not be delivered until Tuesday morning. I left and I went as far as Pioneer, Tennessee. Prior to rolling with a new load, you have to do a pre-trip on your trailer, and then you have to adjust the weight so it is correct on its axles. It is a scale that will do one axle group at a time. After you get the weights, you need to adjust your rear tandems by sliding the box forward or backwards to make sure that your weight is correctly distributed to be legal. Now that the axles are adjusted, it's time to enjoy the Ohio countryside. But I only get to enjoy rural Ohio for a few minutes before I will be in rural Indiana. Many drivers hate the rural country highways because you can only go 55 miles an hour. I love them. I think they're so scenic. When I was a kid, we often took the rural two-lane country highways to get places, and I just am brought back to those memories when I was a kid, long before the interstates were running everything. At exit 141 in Pioneer, Tennessee is a gigantic parking lot for the Pilot that's across the street. I love this place because you can almost always find a parking place. When I stopped here, it was starting to get a little bit icy out and the temperature had dropped below freezing. An inexperienced driver, icy conditions, and dark are not a great combination. That's why I made the decision it was time to get off the road. There's just enough snow to make it nice to look at, but not bad to drive. Notice I'm going to be in the left lane. Trucks use left lane through this construction zone. A lot of time four-wheelers don't realize why the trucks are in the left lane and they get upset when they have to pass us on the right. I made it to Florida and shut down in Pinellas County, St. Petersburg at a Pilot right near where I was going to be delivering. My first delivery was to a Sam's Club. You all know by now I'm a sucker for a good cityscape. Look at this cityscape coming up. That's a fantastic view. I was going to the Sam's Club in St. Petersburg. Not a distribution warehouse, but the actual store. That can make things a little more tricky to get to. There's a long bridge coming up, and I love this bridge so much that I put the side window footage of this bridge at the very end as bonus content. I'm betting there's a few Floridians that can tell us in the comments the name of this particular bridge that I'm crossing, because I don't know which one it was. I know there's 3 really long bridges there. The path in front of the store was no trucks. There was a truck lane. However, this truck lane makes you wonder if you're going to make that turn at the end. It turns out that it wasn't as bad as it looked, just had to be a little careful because these trailers don't bend in the middle. And then it opened up into a nice big area that I was easily able to back into the dock. Truck lanes are things that you really don't see when you look at Google Maps. I thought I was going to be able to go across the front of the building and come around from the front there. However, that no truck sign in front of the building kind of stopped that in its tracks. On Wednesday, I got to go to Georgia, where I went to Carrollton, Georgia, and then I went to Gwinnett County, Georgia. I'm very familiar with Gwinnett County because I was an executive with the newspaper located right there. I'm getting ready to pass the Gwinnett Infinite Energy Center, which is a great place to watch different shows. A couple of very memorable ones for me were the last Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus tour. And Paul McCartney, when he first got the rights back to all the Beatles music, was an awesome show. I'm picking up a couple of batteries here, which will turn my load into a hazmat load, which means it pays 4 additional cents per mile. Thursday saw me in Indiana. I delivered my first Protect from Freezing load, something that had to be warm and had to have a heater on the trailer. Since starting with Cheeseman, I've hauled a lot of forklifts, but these were definitely the most interesting looking. They had an enclosed cab, heated and cooled. Man, that must be nice to work using that sucker. I was originally taking the load to Duluth, Georgia, but circumstances changed and I needed to take it to Greer, South Carolina. Every once in a while you see something that just throws you for a loop. Now keep in mind, I'm in Indiana. I expect to see something like this in northern Georgia or Tennessee. Yes, this barn says, "See beautiful Rock City." I just didn't expect to see that in Indiana. When I get to Greer, South Carolina, I am going to be out of hours. I will only have about 5 hours left on my 70-hour clock. Truck drivers are regulated by clocks. We have the 8-hour clock, which tells us when we have to take a break. We have the 11-hour clock, which is how much we can drive in one day. We have the 14-hour clock, which is how long we can work in one day. And the 70-hour clock, which is how much we can work or drive in 8-day period. After that clock runs out, you can either wait and you'll get some hours back every night, or you can take a reset, which means if you rest for 34 hours, you can roll with full clocks. There are drivers who prefer to do recaps, and that means they run about 8.5 to 9 hours a day, and then they never run out of hours. But I'm a person who likes to do resets. I run as hard as I can, kill my clock in about 6 days, and then take a day off. So Saturday was a reset day for me in Greer, which meant I could take the company car and run to Walmart and resupply and do things that I need to do. Now, normally I would have been going home, but I'm going to have a video coming up that explains why I am temporarily homeless. The bonus content for the bridge is coming up at the end of the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow.